That point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny. I promise you, where you're getting your best results will always lean towards your unique ability. Ultimately, what you focus on will define your identity. It will move from I can't do this, I don't have this, to I am not this. It doesn't take long for I don't have money to become I am poor. What you focus on ultimately will shape your sense of identity, because what you believe is what you become.
Whenever Dr. Sam speaks, your mind is going to be blown. Nothing less than what he always delivers.
He still doesn't run out of inspiration. Every time you listen to him, you're still inspired.
He's been doing this over many years. It's like he doesn't age doing it.
Just by mere meeting him, he has shifted my capacity.
Energetic, engaging, and filled with a lot of revelation and information that can change your life and move us from where we are now to the next level. Dr. Sam Adeyemi is the real deal.
When we find ourselves in very difficult circumstances, impossible circumstances, that actually is when our best potentials are released. We're tougher than the tough times.
My experience was great.
It was amazing, transformative.
I was blown away by the speakers.
Excellence, content was really, really powerful.
This was a world-class conference. I will be here for Shift 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sam Adeyemi.
That point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where a poor man becomes a rich man. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny.
Success is a journey. It's not a destination. The mistake too many people make is to say, I have arrived. No, you need to stay on entrepreneurial shift.
You have to have a huge desire for the thing that you really, really want. So if that means you have to spend 40, 60, 80 hours a week to get there, that's a burning desire. Who has a burning desire to build wealth today?
Sometimes you won't have all the answers. Neither do the men. 50% of our population cannot be sitting back. God bless you.
Get up, ladies. Get up, men. Get up, children. Get up and run with the light that you have.
In life, if you don't move, words without action is nothing. So when you told your neighbor shift, did you shift? In this book, you will find out that to make changes can be very uncomfortable, but when you start, it gets easier.
My experience was great.
This event was a fantastic event. It shifted me to the next level. Excellence, content was really, really powerful.
I enjoyed every minute of Shift. It was amazing, transformative. I particularly enjoyed Dr. Sam's session.
This was a world-class conference. I don't think I was really ready for the transformation that really happened in the room. All the speakers were so amazing.
My experience at the Shift conference was honestly mind-blowing. It's a blessing, honestly, to be here, and I'm really glad so I've been able to participate in this year's Shift conference.
Shift.
What's the thing about vision? Vision is abstract. It is an intuitive sensing of what could be. So even you have no proof, you have nothing to hold. But that's where the intuition is so important. You need to pay attention to it. There is somewhere that it's been done before, or at least something bigger than you are doing has been done. Expose your mind to that. Seeing someone else that has done what you are trying to do shifts something in your brain, because it kills all the excuses. You can read 1,000 books. If you don't try, nothing will shift.
That point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny. I promise you, where you're getting your best results will always lean towards your unique ability. Ultimately, what you focus on will define your identity. It will move from, I can't do this, I don't have this, to I am not this. It doesn't take long for, I don't have money, to become, I am poor. What you focus on ultimately will shape your sense of identity, because what you believe is what you become.
Whenever Dr. Sam speaks, your mind is going to be blown. Nothing less than what he always delivers.
He still doesn't run out of inspiration. Every time you listen to him, you are still inspired.
He's been doing this over many years. It's like he doesn't age doing it.
Just by mere meeting him, he has shifted my capacity.
Energetic, engaging, and filled with a lot of revelation and information that can change your life and move us from where we are now to the next level. Dr. Sam Adeyemi is the real deal.
It is when we find ourselves in very difficult circumstances, impossible circumstances, that actually is when our best potentials are released. We're tougher than the tough times.
I joined the Circle group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 days research program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it seem as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day research. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things. And it has really helped me. Wow. Oh, it has helped me. Wow. I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Shift Conference. Before I say anything, please can we put our hands together for Dr. Sam Adeyemi.
I was on a salary of 30,000 naira a month, and I asked myself, Gabriel, what else can you do to earn 30,000 naira a month? If I can sell one truck of diesel, I'll make 30,000 naira a month. When you have a strategy, you implement it.
You must be intentional about building strategic relationships. The power that you have is not absolute in the space, because you must control the space to work, to support you, to deliver value. Hard work is good. I didn't say don't work hard, but working smart is better. Working smart is about maximizing productivity using every resource that is available to you.
Your mindset is like a compass. If it's off just a little bit, it's going to take you a lot of time to reach your goals. See, money is a tool. And so what I realized is if a person can change their priorities around their money, they could change their outcome. If they can change their mindset around their money, they could change their money outcome. Our financial outcomes is a derivative of our money behaviors.
You cannot travel within and stand still without. When you see cannot, that's riding on a principle. If I could push the inside, the outside is designed to do everything possible to catch up with it.
It gives us great pleasure to unveil to you, reveal to the world for the first time, his latest book titled Shifts. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Shift Conference. Before I say anything, please can we put our hands together for Dr. Sam Adeyemi.
I was on a salary of 30,000 naira a month, and I asked myself, Gabriel, what else can you do to earn 30,000 naira a month? If I can sell one truck of diesel, I'll make 30,000 naira a month. When you have a strategy, you implement it.
You must be intentional about building strategic relationships. The power that you have is not absolute in the space, because you must control the space to work, to support you, to deliver value. Hard work is good. I didn't say don't work hard, but working smart is better. Working smart is about maximizing productivity using every resource that is available to you.
Your mindset is like a compass. If it's off just a little bit, it's going to take you a lot of time to reach your goal. See, money is a tool. And so what I realized is if a person can change their priorities around their money, they could change their outcome. If they can change their mindset around their money, they could change their money outcome. Our financial outcomes is a derivative of our money behaviors.
You cannot travel within and stand still without. When you see cannot, that's riding on a principle. If I could push the inside, the outside is designed to do everything possible to catch up with it.
It gives us great pleasure to unveil to you, reveal to the world for the first time, his latest book titled Shifts.
My experience was great.
This event was a fantastic event. It shifted me to the next level. Excellence, content was really, really powerful.
I enjoyed every minute of Shift. It was amazing, transformative. I particularly enjoyed Dr. Sam's session.
This was a world-class conference. I don't think I was really ready for the transformation that really happened in the room. All the speakers were so amazing.
My experience at the Shift Conference was honestly mind-blowing. It's a blessing, honestly, to be here, and I'm really glad I've been able to participate in this year's Shift Conference.
Shift.
That point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny.
I promise you, where you're getting your best results will always lean towards your unique ability. Ultimately, what you focus on will define your identity. It will move from I can't do this, I don't have this, to I am not this. It doesn't take long for I don't have money to become I am poor. What you focus on ultimately will shape your sense of identity, because what you believe is what you become.
Whenever Dr. Sam speaks, your mind is going to be blown. Nothing less than what he always delivers.
He still doesn't run out of inspiration. Every time you listen to him, you are still inspired.
He's been doing this over many years. It's like he doesn't age doing it.
Just by mere meeting him, he has shifted my capacity.
Energetic, engaging, and filled with a lot of revelation and information that can change your life and move us from where we are now to the next level. Dr. Sam Adeyemi is the real deal.
It is when we find ourselves in very difficult circumstances, impossible circumstances, that actually is when our best potentials are released. We're tougher than the tough times.
I joined the Circle group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 days reset program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement, on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it seem as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day reset. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things and it has really helped me.
Wow.
Oh, it has helped me.
Wow.
I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Shift Conference. Before I say anything, please can we put our hands together for Dr. Sam Adeyemi.
I was on a salary of 30,000 naira a month, and I asked myself, Gabriel, what else can you do to earn 30,000 naira a month? If I can sell one truck of diesel, I'll make 30,000 naira a month. When you have a strategy, you implement it.
You must be intentional about building strategic relationships. The power that you have is not absolute in the space, because you must control the space to work, to support you to deliver value. Hard work is good. I didn't say don't work hard, but working smart is better. Working smart is about maximizing productivity using every resource that is available to you.
Your mindset is like a compass. If it's off just a little bit, it's going to take you a lot of time to reach your goal. See, money is a tool. And so what I realized is if a person can change their priorities around their money, they could change their outcome. If they can change their mindset around their money, they could change their money outcome. Our financial outcomes is a derivative of our money behaviors.
You cannot travel within and stand still without. When you see cannot, that's riding on a principle. If I could push the inside, the outside is designed to do everything possible to catch up with it.
It gives us great pleasure to unveil to you, reveal to the world for the first time, his latest book titled Shifts.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Sorry, we're starting a little. I'm joining in just a little behind time. Wow. Yes. Good to see you. Good to see you, everyone. Rawa is in Ogun State. Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. This is a global event as usual. And we know it's night with some of us already. So we're going to make it as fast as we can. Amazing. Thank you, everyone. Can you let us know the city and country you're joining us from? Yes. Ejaita is joining us from Benin City. Messi Ugeli, Delta State, Nigeria. Amazing. Thank you. Mr. Johnson, Ilorin, Kwara State. Psalm 7 is here. Irregular. From Kumasi, Ghana. Yes. James, Lagos. Kola is in Scotland. Daniel, OAU, Ife. Pastor Timothy, good to see you from Owerri. Pearl joined us from Lagos. Amazing. Pastor Tim Baker from Chicago. Irregular. I appreciate you, my brother. And say big amen to your prayers. Richard is in Dublin. Emmanuel is in Kogi State. My fellow Kogite. Dr. Stephen, amazing. You're in Abuja today. Thank you. Yankule is in Lagos. And Wina is in Canada. Adebola is in the UK. Kende in Lagos. Timmy D is in New York. Alex is in Baltimore. Maryland. Akomola Fejo Olushola is in Onisha. James is in Lagos, Damola, Lagos, Joseph Ikorodu, Lagos, Grace is in Delta State. Thank you, people from all over Nigeria. Yes, Osaz and Watchers, Intercessory and Bukomi, Embology, and Solomon, and Adidoku, and Fee, all in Nigeria. Samuel is in Toronto, Canada. Oh, good to see you, my sister Jeanette. From Indiana, thank you. I'm going to be in Indianapolis this weekend. Whoa, can't wait to be there with RCCG Covenant House. It will be my first time in Indiana, so I'm really looking forward to it. Yes, RCCG Covenant House, Indianapolis. Thank you, James from Djibouti. Ebenezer is in Ontario, Canada. So this is a global event. This is always a global event. It's amazing. Amazing the awareness that is building up now all over the world on the importance of leadership, especially because we're dealing with a lot of disruptions and uncertainty at this time. So there's a high level need for leaders, not just leaders, but good leaders. And this is a community where we're encouraging and building ourselves up. Thank you, Chiamaka from Ikorodu, Lagos. Oh, family is everything. Said I've been watching you for 10 years now from Brooklyn, New York. Oh, that's amazing, right? Yes, when we had our broadcast up on Daystar TV, we had our highest viewership from New York. It's amazing, right? Now we've gone online, full scale. Thank you. Edem is joining us from Channel Islands. Simpson from Pembrokeshire, Wales. And Shemuel from Lagos. Folaromi is in Lagos. Martha is in Kaduna. And Temi is in Toronto. Temi, I know I owe you one, right? Yes, we have a discussion going. I'm working on it. And Ishoji is in Lagos. Emmanuel in Owerri. Temitope, Lagos. Dr. Lalekon, good to see you here again from Toronto. Yes, Alex is in Baltimore. And Christian is in the UK. Amazing. Thank you, Jonathan and Pastor Sylvester from Kano. So even in Nigeria, people are joining us from all over the country. Amazing. Charity, Lagos, Nigeria. Ben, Akwa Ibom, Stephen, Lagos. Amazing. Oh, Likwa from the Kingdom of Eswatini. Amazing. And Otesiri is in Denver, Colorado. Amazing. Amore Peter Ota. Godwin is in Princeton, New Jersey. And oh yeah, someone is joining us from Springboro, Ohio. Mayowa from Brooks in Canada. Olufunmilayo from Abu Dhabi, UAE. This is global, right? Change areas in Lagos. Okay, so this is what we want you to do, right? First, in our community, we want to have the same understanding of leadership. One of the major things cheating us in this world right now is that most people believe that leadership is about occupying a position at the top, especially in government. So when you say leaders, people's minds just go only to those at the top of government. Leadership, the people in government. The study of leadership has advanced. The study of leadership has advanced. Now we understand that leadership is the ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. Ability to influence. The key word is influence. Influence is ability to affect the state of a person or thing. All of us have influence. All of us, okay, even if we don't have influence, we have the potential to influence all of us. But most people don't develop the capacity, their influence capacity, and most people don't deploy that capacity intentionally. That is what we are doing in our community. Okay.
Let's test it. This is how we test. This is where we start, right? Because in our community, we're not just talkers, we're doers, right? Share the link to this broadcast right now with someone. Or just repost, right? Repost, share, retweet, whatever you want to do. Let me find one. Let me find a platform. Usually X, where this is running live on X, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, right? On YouTube. Yes, let me like and repost, because here we're not just talk. We are talk and do, like some people say. I hope you get me though. All of us have the capacity for influence. So once most people don't believe that their leadership material, like I used to be like that, right? You believe, oh no, leadership is for people that have charisma, people that are friendly, people that can talk and express themselves and all that. And then most of the people just abandon their potential for influence. They don't develop that potential and they never use that influence. And you know the result? We end up feeling like victims. The victims of the people in government, the victims of the leaders, the people at the top in organizations, the victims of our bosses, the victims of the people who occupy positions in our communities. Come on, all that changes here. All that changes here. So let's begin to use the influence. Share these live event with someone. We're not going to be long. I'm going to say something, right, on a topic briefly, and then I'm going to allow you to ask me questions, right? And I'll answer as many of them as I can, and then we go home. All right. Yes, we're home already. We go to bed. So good to see you, Mayawa from Brooks in Canada, and Olufumulayo is in Abu Dhabi, Chinyere in Lagos, Eddie is in Spain. Thank you. Joshua in Lagos, Olubukola in Chicago, Damola in Lagos, Simpson in Pembrokeshire, Wales, Olumuyiwa in Baltimore, MD. Oh, Paul says it's his first time here, joining from Lokoja in Kogi State. Amazing. So to everyone who's joining us for the first time, a big welcome to you, right? Welcome, 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 welcome. Anthony's in Cross River. Victor is also in Cross River, Calabar. James in Lagos, Favor Lagos, Paul Lokoja. Amazing. Quite a number of people in Lokoja, right? Fantastic. That's the headquarters of my home state, Nigeria. Oluwatobi in Lagos. First time here, Agatha. Enugu, fantastic. Good to see you. Good to see you, Rehoboth. Slicks, Ibironke in Ogun State. Eddie Santiago is in Barcelona. Amazing. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, Prince from Abba. And Busola is in Grantham, England. Paul in Lokoja. Sam in Kaduna. Jonathan in Lagos. Amazing. Olusegun is in Swansea, Wales. Akintomowa Michaels in Nigeria. Alakomi in Lagos, Paul in Lokoja, Eunice in Bauchi, Blessing is in Illinois, USA. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Steven from Lagos. Timmy is in Bettendorf, Iowa. Amazing. Abiodun is in Osun State. Adedamola in Lagos. Japhet in Bauchi. Yemi in Lagos. Gracious in Lagos, right? If I've called your name before, I'll skip. Ephraim in Aja, Lagos. Odukola in Lagos. Paul in Lokoja. Tosa in Wari. Bright in Lagos. Amazing. Good to see you. Yeah, Victoria is in Ibadan. Amazing. I know in Ilori. Joseph from Abuja, David from Akodi, Amolara from Oko. Good to see you. Zangadi is in Port Harcourt, Sam in London. Amazing, amazing. So good to see you all. Well, as you can see, I can't spend the whole evening, greeting. So, but I'm happy to say, though, from our team that we had an amazing last several weeks. September 13, we were at Maryland, right? Maryland, USA, where we had the Shift USA. It was powerful. The following weekend, Saturday, the 20th of September, we were at Calgary. We had our BLA, we call it Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. And from there, we moved on to Dubai, right? We were in Dubai for our C-suite high impact strategy retreat for founders and CEOs. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience. If you are a founder, CEO, or you occupy an equivalent position in the corporate sector, let me just say that you need me more than you realize, honestly. 30 years ago, so I went on radio and began to teach people basic principles for success in a culture where that was not normal, right? Basic principles for success, week in, week out. Eventually, our broadcast became a daily broadcast. We also went on TV. It's amazing. I meet people all over the world who listened 25 years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, right, to us on radio and on TV. Last year, when we went for this same C-suite high impact strategy retreat in Marrakech, Morocco. So on our way to Marrakech from Lagos, Nigeria, we had a layover at Casablanca. And while we were waiting to board our flight, 4 young people walked up to me and said, "Excuse me, are you Sam Adeyemi?" I said, "Yes." They said, "Oh, we were actually wondering if you were the one. We're from Gambia, right? We used to enjoy your broadcast, Success Power in Gambia." Now, Gambia is an amazing story for us in Success Power. Why? Our manager went there sometime and went to the broadcast station, the TV station. And at that time, they had just one national TV station. And they told him there that in the previous quarter, there was a day they had just run Success Power on air, and the president of the country called and ordered them to suspend the next program and to repeat Success Power. He wanted the whole country to hear that Success Power broadcast again. That's phenomenal, isn't it? Yeah. But this is where I'm going. Having done that now for 30 years, as you can imagine, quite a number of the people who, had us then, right? They're humongously successful now. Thank you. Eugenio says, okay, anyway, I'll come back to you. When it's time for you to ask questions, I'll let you know, okay? So, I was on the golf course, right, some years back, and I was introduced to this gentleman who happens to be a member of the church where also pastor they staff. That's separate from what I do here, right? Yeah, and for those who may not be sure about what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is I have my work as a pastor, founded a big church, a church. It wasn't big, we founded it. And I've tested the principles for leadership there. And it's a church where tens of thousands of people attend every week now, right? So the principles work. If they work in the non-profit sector where you deal with volunteers mostly, then they also work in the business sector. So here I'm on the business side, right? As a leadership consultant and a global speaker. Good. So I met this gentleman who said to me, I've been listening to you for a long time. He said, look, some of us did not just achieve our goals, we have exceeded our goals. He said, those basic principles about how to succeed, I don't need those ones anymore. He said, but I need you now. I said, how? He said, I need you on a new level. I need you on a different level entirely, because the success has come with a different set of issues completely. I have issues I'm dealing with now. He said, in fact, if you can tell me anywhere in the world where you'll be able to afford to give me 2 to 3 hours of your time, he said, I'll fly there to come and meet you. I said, what? Isn't that serious? He said, I'm telling you. And he said, I'm not the only one. So that's why we run these programs for C-level leaders. And come to think of it, the people at the top of organizations and at the top of governments, they affect our lives. The impact of their behavior and decisions is outsized. And I'm concerned about the state of the world, about the state of people's lives, the quality of people's lives, and so on. That's why we do what we do. So very like in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to have a big announcement for, right? Yeah, what we want to do, right? Next year, the new things we want to be able to serve you better if you happen to be in that category. Okay, good. So I attended the 50th birthday ceremony of my mentor in my pastoral work, right? Dr. David Oyedepo. And that was some 20 years ago, right? Or 21 years ago. He made a statement that, that struck me in a different way that day. He said, my greatest joys have come from people. And my greatest pain has come from people. It was like it entered my bone marrow. And that is, yes, Dr. Stephen, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're going on an amazing journey together. I mean, let me give you an idea. So in Dubai, the first session, we call it Managing Success, because I say to the people in the room, you're successful already. This is not a class about how to succeed. You're successful already. When people are not successful yet, they think, once they can achieve success, all their problems will be solved in this world. I said, but you've realized now that the success actually comes with a fresh set of challenges. So I say your success has changed or is changing the structure of your relationships with your spouse, with your friends, with even your siblings in the same family, with your colleagues in the office and so on. Are you sensitive to those changes that are going on? That's when the stories begin. Because up until that time, some just realize they've been naive and they've not been sensitive to the fact that someone has become envious, someone has become jealous, someone is always criticizing and running down their ideas. You're trying to share your wins, share your stories, and somebody is shooting everything down and being negative and things like that, right? And then we walk through those issues, right? Anyway, so my pastor said, my greatest joys have come from people. My greatest pains have come from people. However, leadership is a people business. Leadership is about people, right? Leadership is about people. What do you do with them? Befriend them when they're good to you. Fight them when they're not good to you. How do you manage people's mistakes when they make mistakes? What do you do when people hurt you and all that? These are the things that make leadership complicated, right? So when I talk to CEOs, their greatest headache is from people. People in the executive grade, people who are mid-level managers, the people at the lower level of the organization. That's why I want us to discuss a little bit about leadership development. Okay? Right? And of course, an hour is always too short for us to exhaust a leadership topic, but this is just to stir up your thinking, right? This is just, thank you. Olanshile, thank you, right? This is just to stir up your thinking. I was profoundly inspired and challenged many years ago when I was listening to one of my mentors, Dr. Miles Monroe, and he said, what is the purpose of leadership? The purpose of leadership is not to build followers. So in my head, I was wondering, so what is the purpose of leadership? Because when you have a leader, then you're supposed to have followers. And he said, no, the purpose of leadership is not to groom followers, it is to groom leaders. It's amazing. It's amazing. Leadership is about people. How do we define leadership again in our community? Who remembers? The ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. So leadership is actually not about you. It's not so much about your title, not so much about your power and authority. You know, it's not about what you can do on your own. It's actually much more about what you can influence people to do, not what you coerce them to do, not what you force them to do, but what you influence them to do. So people can't give what they don't have. So to be a successful leader, you need to be able to bring the best out of people, right? Yes. You've got to be able to bring the best out of people. It's not just enough for you to rub bodies with them, for you to be on the same team with them. And, recently I was asking, where did I get the idea from when I was a teenager? And I would imagine myself, becoming married in the future and having my wife and having my children. I would just imagine that when I arrived from working my car, that I would press the horn of my car. Once I did, pum, pum, I would expect my children to dive for cover. If they were in the living room singing or chatting and all that, once they heard daddy was back, everybody would just dive for cover and escape to their rooms. Where did I get the idea from? Because that's leadership, right? Yeah, that's the idea a lot of people hold in their heads, and organizational heads tell me that's how a lot of their high-performing people behave. High-performing because they know how to set goals to make money and to achieve those goals, but not necessarily that they know how to get the best out of people. Sometimes some of the best performing people in an organization are the ones who hurt people the most. So what you have there is a successful person. What you have there is, yes, somebody that is driven. And what you have there is someone that is a leader by title, but not a leader by influence, right? So why is leadership development? What is leadership development actually? It's the process of developing or improving someone's ability to guide and inspire others, right? Improving somebody's ability to guide and influence others. Improving somebody's ability to guide and influence others. So Dr. Miles Monroe said, again, the purpose of leadership is not to produce followers, it is to produce leaders. So I got to learn a long time ago that your success as a leader should not be measured by the number of people following you. It should be measured by the number of people following those that are following you. Should I repeat that? Yeah. The measure of your success as a leader is not in the number of people following you. It's in the number of people following those that are following you. It's not an achievement to keep someone as a perpetual follower. It is not an achievement. It's not an achievement for someone to still be the same 5 years after they met you. It's not an achievement, right? So, the measure of your leadership is in improving the leadership ability of the people that follow you. So, I put leadership in 3 stages, right? 3 broad stages. You can develop yours into 5 or 10. I say at the first level, you solve your own problems. At the second level, you solve other people's problems, right? With the things you've learned in the process of solving your own problems. You solve other people's problems. That's next level. And then at the next level after that, the third level, you train people to solve problems for others, right? Leadership is a transgenerational thing when it really, really works, right? Good. So, if you want to have peace of mind, if you want to maximize your leadership potential, empower the people that are following you. Train them to be as good as you are, right? Train them to be as good as you are. How much you are needed is not a measure of your leadership. It is the degree to which you are not needed. That's the measure of your leadership. Reproduce yourself. That's one of the characteristics of living things. Reproduction. We reproduce ourselves. Whatever level it is you're on, you can train someone to be as good as you. I know. Someone immediately felt threatened there. You said what? I said, one of your major objectives in any position is to train someone else to be as good as you. That is psychologically threatening, and I promise you, one of the major reasons why people don't lead well. This is what the human mind thinks. If I train someone to be as good as myself, it means the person will be able to replace me, right? So if the person can replace me, does that not mean that I will now become irrelevant? Does that not mean that I'll now be jobless? How many people are old enough to remember? That's if you're in Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria, how many people are old enough to remember this program on national TV, The New Masquerade? The New Masquerade. And there was this character called Chief Zebrudaya, right? If you said something that was incorrect, he would say fa 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 foul. In other words, he would say foul was wrong, right? Perish the thought that if you empower other people it will make you irrelevant. It would make you to go out of work. No, it will make you irrelevant at that level, right? It will make you irrelevant at that level. It will free you up to go take on higher responsibilities. That is the way it works. All those who have been afraid to take the risk that some of us took have been stranded. All those who've been afraid. And I'm saying, I know it builds one's esteem, right? To be the only one around that can do something, right? It feeds the ego, right? Without me, nobody can do anything. As far as this thing is concerned, as far as playing the drums is concerned, or playing the keyboard is concerned, as far as doing this is concerned, if I'm not there, nobody can do anything. Fine. That fits the ego. However, that's poor leadership. I'm sorry to say, to be so direct, that's not the best that we can be. You say, so what should I do? Find at least one person that you can train to be as good as you. Find at least one person. See, it's not an achievement that, you maybe you fell sick, God forbid, or something happened, or you had to travel, and then this particular part of the work shut down because you were not there. You see what I mean? No, that's not good leadership. The moment you are either appointed or elected or promoted to a particular position, one of the major things you need to begin to think about is somebody else being able to do exactly what you're doing as good as you're doing it. So I've given this illustration before, that when you're at the startup level in your career, your success depends on 75% technical skills and 25% people skills. When you hit supervisor or manager level, the equation changes. Your success depends on 50% technical skills, 50% people skills. Why? Because you're now supervisor, you're now manager, you're now overseeing 10 people or 20 or 50, maybe even be 100, right? So when they set goals for you, they don't set the goal that only one person will achieve. They set the goal that 50 people should achieve. So if you're unable, therefore, to get that team of 50 people to enthusiastically do the job and achieve the goals, you'll be failing. Not because you're not personally good as a plumber or good, as an IT person, but because, you are now a supervisor or manager. You're now a leader. And they said when you hit executive grade, your success now depends on 75% people skills, 25% technical skills. That's why this leadership thing is so important. If we don't develop that capacity, if we don't develop this leadership capacity, it affects our career progression. So, leadership development, why is it important? Obviously, we're just starting this today and we'll continue with the next time. Why is leadership development important? Number one, improved team performance. Improved team performance. In fact, likely in geometric progression. One person can only do so much. What do you think? One person can only do so much. 2 people, 3, you trigger the principle of synergy, right? 2 people working together will produce far more than the sum of what the two people will produce working separately, right? So when you improve the quality of the people on your team, you literally groom stars. It improves the performance of your team and of course you in geometric proportion. I confided in a senior person many years ago, and I know there are many people from Africa on this call. And many years ago, when we were starting our organizations, I confided in a senior friend, more or less a mentor. And I said, this is what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to build structures where I'm really going to train people and empower them maximally. He said, what? That's scary. You don't do that around here. Now, if you're not an African, I should explain that to you. There's a lot of deprivation in Africa. A lot of deprivation, a lot of suffering. So the average person is born into a poor family and we struggle. We struggle a lot, to come up in life. So it tends to make people desperate for success. And when people are desperate like that, they say the instinct for survival is the strongest in man. When that instinct kicks in, morality takes a backseat. It's like somebody drowning in a river, right? And the person will hold on to anything to come out of that river alive. And then the person wants to hold on to maybe a log of wood. And it happens that there's a law that says you should not hold on to that log of wood. And you are standing on the riverbank. So if you shout to the person who is drowning, don't hold that log of wood. According to the Constitution of the Federal Republic, section this, subsection that, chapter 3, if you hold that log of wood, you're going to jail. What do you think the person will think? Will going to jail not be better than dying? You see what I mean? So empowering people, therefore, can come across to you as being scary, a scary venture, because there are people desperate to take your position, desperate to displace you, and things like that. That's why the mentor was warning, it's not because the mentor didn't like me, it was even out of love. Hey, they will break up your organization and take a good chunk of it away. I said, that's so true. The only thing is the vision that I'm seeing is so big, there's no way I could ever achieve it alone. I'll just have to empower people. He said, good vision. You try it. If it works for you, maybe the rest of us will consider. Right? So I'm saying here today, I tried it. To train people, to develop people, to improve people. First, the result that I got was loyalty. It was the first, it's amazing. Then people didn't want to go. I treated people well as best as I could, and their fears were calmed. Their level of desperation went down. Then people actually did not want to leave me. They did not want to go. It's amazing. So wisdom is usually counterintuitive. Wisdom is usually counterintuitive. This leadership development business is a big deal. So you have improved team performance and you have improved financial performance. If you're a business, you have improved financial performance. When people are trained, when their quality is improved, right? When they know more, in fact, when they develop expertise, then your organization becomes a team of stars. Think of it in sports. It's the team, it's the strength, it's the average quality of the team that determines who wins, not having just one star, one lone star in a team or two lone stars in a whole team. No, I'm challenging you today. You got to have a vision to develop the people on your team into stars. and the people on your team may be just one person. And may I say this before I ask for your questions? The family remains the most important leadership institution in the world. You got some kids, you got some children. Yeah, you got to have a vision of grooming stars, right? Good. We'll continue this discussion next time. Any question for me today? Good. I'll take one straight. I'll take one from Jacob. How does one balance this with the fear of being easily replaced in an organization? Thank you. So, if on my team, I'm sharing the things that I'm reading, I'm training the people on my team, we are crushing the goals that the organization gave us, right? We are crushing the goals that the organization gave. In fact, we are exceeding the goals that the organization gave us. Will the organization replace me? Not likely. If the organization allows someone as good as that to go, another organization will snatch the person. You see what I mean? So the point actually is that when you have to feed other people, it makes you feed. It makes you feed yourself, right? Yeah. When you have to feed other people, the responsibility that I have every week, I'm teaching. I'm teaching here right now. In 2 days' time, I'll be recording, a speech. By the weekend, I'll be speaking in Indiana, right? In Indianapolis. I have to prepare. I can't I can't show up without reading. I can't show up without thinking. I can't show up without preparing, right? So the fact that I need to feed other people makes me to feed. It makes me fatter. And I'm talking about my soul now, talking about my mind. So generosity is a powerful thing. Once you become that one that is empowering people, it makes you more powerful. I think I need to say that in clearer terms. You don't lose. You don't lose. Is there only one organization in the world? Oh, no. When you are the one who is influencing the team to achieve such remarkable results, nobody wants to let go of you like that, except if the people in the organization are going crazy. They would not leave the person that is doing politics, the person that is maybe slandering you, the person that is trying to cheat. They won't leave you to go for the person. If they do, they're lost. The skills that you develop, the experience that you garner in giving your best, especially as a leader, nobody can take that from you. What you read that you are teaching the people on your team, nobody's going to take that away from you. It's yours forever. So, yeah. First, you're not likely to be displaced in your organization. If you are, it's their loss. If they let you go, it's their loss. Alex is asking, is Success Power still airing in Nigeria? No, not right now. Technology has changed. Remember, over 30 years, radio, TV, everything has changed. So we're online now. We're actually repurposing all those broadcasts, right? You see them out in a matter of months. And when they come out this time, they're going to come out in different languages, right? Those broadcasts. We're working on that now. Thank you for asking. Starting out as a leader, what's the best way to contribute as a leader who is convinced he has something to add to the team but faces positional challenges? I'm not sure exactly the challenges that you're facing. Generally,
wherever you put human beings, you're going to have some politics, right? And politics is not a bad word. It's just the share of authority, right? In a system, the share of authority. So what you want to do is move through the various levels of leadership. And the lowest level is positional leadership, where people are following you or obeying you because of your position or title and the authority that goes with it. Level 2 is permission, where people actually want you to lead them. They want to follow you. And I'll tell you, the key to that, long and short, is one word: love. Love people genuinely. Care about them genuinely. Okay? Get anything that will be useful, that will help them to succeed. Once people know that you genuinely care about them, you'll be amazed. They will care about you in return. And then they want to do anything to make sure you crush your goals. It's the best way to go about it. Performance, and you just make sure that you remain a model of people on your team, right? In terms of character and in terms of competence. At the end of the day, performance will always trounce or trash politics. If it doesn't, then you're in the wrong place. Yes. Oh, thank you, my sister Jedidiah, one of the most amazing leaders I have influenced in my journey. Is it possible to change everyone who comes your way? I don't think so. Some people have the yeast in themselves to grow. Some don't have any yeast. Some have the vision themselves to become someone great, to do something great with their lives. Some have no vision at all. And you find out that it's easier for you to attract people than for you to be chasing them with time. So yes, love everyone, invest in them, but like the farmer knows, it's not every soil actually that is fertile, right? And that would turn your seed into a harvest. So you got to be intentional about where you plant your seed. Oh yes, with time you will have to sort people out. Leaders always have to do that. With time, you'll have to drop some people and move on with the ones that are willing to move on. Let me put it that way. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Babatunde. Thank you. James says, in the situation where a leader trained the head of the team and the latter is seeking every avenue to replace him by making the other seem in a bad light, what should the leader do in such a scenario? Oh, this is a practical question, isn't it? I mean, you train someone and the person is now trying to undermine you. The first thing you need to do is to confront the person. Then two of you need to discuss it. Oh, yes, the two of you need to discuss it. I hope I am wrong, but these are the signals that I am picking. So exactly what is going on. Yeah, you won't die. That's the best thing to do. Sometimes when people begin to misbehave like that, they do it unconsciously. It may be because of past trauma, maybe because of fears that they have, maybe because of their own insecurities and so on. And someone needs to hold the mirror and help them see themselves before they realize, oh, there are things they need to correct in their own lives. You owe it to the person to have that discussion. And if the person is not going to take the correction, you need to draw the line. Being a leader does not mean that you be such a softie that people do just about anything they want to do on your team. Oh no. I was part of an organization once, and we had branches, different locations, and there was this particular place where the assistant was undermining the leader. And we had this big meeting. I called that assistant aside and I said, I'm hearing this about you, that you're undermining your boss. He was honest with me. He said, sir, it's become very obvious to everybody that I'm more charismatic than he is. Yeah.
So the people actually come to me. People prefer to come to me than they prefer to go to him. I said, young man, what you're saying is, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I said, however, you're not going about it the best way that you can. So you see, even a bad leader still teaches you some good lessons. I said, for you, this is a pride test, a test of pride and humility. And what you're showing presently is pride, right? For the moment, we made him the boss. Serve your time. You actually don't know what's going to happen after now, right? Don't listen to the people that are coming to you. They want to sabotage your career, right? They want you to shift your loyalty from your boss, and that's not going to pay. Let them know you are siding in with your boss, period. Okay? He said, well. I said, listen, we do the posting. Your next posting will be bad if you don't approach this thing correctly. He did not, and his next posting was bad, right? So don't take disloyalty lightly when you're a leader. I'll leave it at that. How do you create a leadership development structure within an organization? Thank you. You are running ahead of us. Join us next week. Okay, we'll still come to that. When a leader doesn't teach the followers how he does things, but expects the followers to build themselves, is that a good way to lead? That's not leadership. We said leadership is ability to influence. So you're not influencing, you just want, the leader wants people to turn the way they are. However, if you find yourself in such a team, if you find yourself in such a group or team, this is what I want to say, right? Don't develop bitterness against your boss. Most people don't learn leadership. Most people who find themselves in leadership positions don't learn leadership. That's why we're running this session, right? It is the way it is. So have some empathy. If you happen to have learned leadership, honestly, you're fortunate. What to do with that? Gratitude. I said 35 years ago, a reverend gentleman in our church gave me a book on leadership. The first one that I read, it was life-changing for me. I'll always be grateful for that. Okay, so if your boss really doesn't know how to lead, you will have to use a lot of influence to influence your boss positively and help your boss to shine. Okay? However, you owe yourself the responsibility to develop your own leadership skills. Okay? Then use those skills to serve your boss and make your boss look good, at least for now. What do you do about a leader who empowers you for their own gain and never wants you to go, even when it's obvious you need to go? Okay, so this is okay. The leader is being self-centered. I just promise you one thing: whatever it is they ask you to do, there's something you are getting out of it. Whatever assignment they give you, you're getting something out of it, right? You're learning how to do things and so on. Now, talking about when it's time to go. Oh, sure. Sometimes leaders, for various reasons, feel threatened when their subordinates say they want to go, right? And some really get angry and so on. Fine. At the end of the day, you have the ultimate responsibility for your life, right? Do the decision that you know is best for you. Do everything possible to live peacefully. Do everything possible. But at the end of the day, you've got to do what you've got to do. Make up, with your chest. Own the responsibility for your decisions, okay? Good. Wow. Thank you, everyone. Chefila says, currently in Dubai. Do you have any paid session on real estate here in Dubai? Our forte here is leadership, right? If a real estate company wants us to come and do leadership training, we're up for that, for their people, right? Good question. Can the leaders' goals and ideals be too much for the environment? Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. Sometimes some ideas arrive ahead of their time. In other words, people are not prepared yet, to receive an idea. So we have to go at the pace that people can take. It's like Moses in the Bible. When he saw two of his fellow Hebrews fighting, he went to resolve among them. Look, you guys are under oppression. Is the suffering not enough? Why are you fighting among themselves? And the two of them turned on him. He said, who made you a leader of ours? We will report you to Pharaoh. Moses ran away, ran into the desert. Right. So sometimes, yes, you really have to do quite a bit of work. That's why we've discussed here before. One of the qualities of a leader is communication. It's a skill, actually, to successfully transfer the ideas into your mind, into other people's mind. Some of the ideas that have really changed the world, it took time. It took years of people saying the same thing over and over and pushing and campaigning and advocating before eventually people got it and there was a mass shift. Yep. So leaders are usually visionaries, right? Yeah, so it's actually normal for people not to even understand what a leader is doing at the time you start, especially if you're a pioneer. Yep. So, but don't take it as being too much for the environment. It may be too much for the environment at this time. And then you work at getting more and more people to buy into your ideas, right? Oh, James says Indianapolis is a great city to be. The atmosphere feels like Nigerian environment. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we're just about done. Like I said, in the next 2 weeks, we'll be here next week, right? We'll be here next week, same time, with our Leadership Live. Like I said, next week or the week after, in the next 2 weeks, I have a big announcement, right? Our team has a big announcement that has to do with 2026. And please stay tuned. Next year promises to be an exciting year. Do you have your copy of this book yet? Shifts, 6 Steps to Transform Your Mindset and Elevate Your Leadership. I wrote it because most transformation efforts in our world fail, right? Most transformation efforts in our world fail at the personal, organizational, and national level, even global level. Have you noticed that change happens slowly? That's the problem I try to solve here. It's amazing. The SHIFT is an acronym. See, hear, insight, formulate, transform, succeed. I break them down in the book. It's amazing. It's profound, actually. I've used this methodology to change my own life. Okay, so it's available on Amazon, available on all major retailers online worldwide, right? All major retailers that sell books worldwide. And whatever country you are in, the major bookshops there stock shifts. If you're in Nigeria, if you can find your way to Daystar, Ikosi Road, Oregon, Lagos, there's a bookshop on the premises. It's right there. You also have the bookshop called Roving Heights Bookshop. They're all over Nigeria. So those 2 bookshops, you can check their handles on Instagram. Yes, check their handles on Instagram at Family First Bookshop and at Roving Heights. Now, have you also gotten this? Dear Leader, your flagship guide to successful leadership. See, this book, So Shifts is available, the digital copy is available online, the audio book is available for Shifts, right? Same thing for this book. Now you need the combination of the two books. This one is a toolkit for leaders. I address a broad range of issues that leaders face, right? A broad range of issues. In fact, at the end, I have two appendices. Appendix 1, quick reference learning labs for sticky situations. I describe 10 different sticky scenarios that a leader can face and how to resolve them, including having to deal with gossip on your team and so on. Come on. We are going to be the best generation of leaders that our world produced until now. So from all of us here on our team, I'd like to say a big thank you to you for joining us today. Was this helpful? I'd like to know whether our sessions are useful, right? Just to be sure. If this was helpful, can you help me to type Y? Y for yes, letter Y. Can you help me to type Y in the chat room? If I get 5 Ys, then I'll know that this was worth the while, right? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, I got more than 5, 10, 15. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you, everyone. It is not what we know that counts, but what we do with what we know. Be good to someone, influence someone positively today. Until we see you again next time, please watch out for our announcement for the next session. This usually holds on Mondays, 4 p.m. EST, 9 p.m. Nigeria and UK for now. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful evening. Have a beautiful night. If it's morning at your end, have a good morning. Have an amazing day. Thank you. Bye for now. Oh, yes. And just before you go, the registration, we have a wait list building for Shift Conference Lagos. Shift Conference Lagos is holding on February 21, 2026. Please block the date in your diary if you're in Nigeria. And if you're anywhere in the world, you'll be able to join us online, right? So block February 21, 2026 in your diary and join the wait list because we have limited room, right? And once the room is full, the people on the wait list will have the first opportunity to register for the conference. Shift Conference Lagos, February 21, 2026. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.